I want to apologise to all the women I have called beautiful before I've called them intelligent or brave. I am sorry I made it sound as though something as simple as what you are born with is all you have to be proud of, when you have broken mountains with your wit. From now on, I will say things like, you are resilient, or you are extraordinary, not because I don't think you're beautiful, but because I need you to know you are more than that. These are the words of Rupi Kaur, a Canadian poet, author, illustrator and photographer. I think her words capture something of the essence of this year's theme for International Women's Day. Bias, conscious and unconscious, is deeply rooted in our patriarchal society, and it is right that we come together and recognise that, and identify what we need to do to challenge and dismantle the structures and cultures that perpetuate inequality. I thank Michelle Thompson for lodging her motion and giving us this opportunity today. And I thank the organisations that have provided briefings and information about their work. And I too hold the women of Ukraine in the forefront of my mind. Bias is systemic and deeply ingrained in each of us. It requires active thought to challenge and break down. And one bias can be compounded by another. Intersections of difference make for a complex landscape of oppressions and inequalities. We only have to look at pandemic statistics, how older women were more likely to be furloughed than younger women and men, how women of colour were more likely than white women to face increased isolation, discrimination and abuse during lockdown. And as we heard so eloquently in the Equalities, Human Rights and Civil Justice Committee this week. And more broadly, how disabled and poorer women suffer more in times of war than others. Intersectionality matters, and biases are not fixed. That is at the core of my intersectional feminism. The fight to tackle gender stereotyping and discrimination must recognise the multiple and overlapping impacts of other characteristics, like race, disability, gender identity, and so on. It is so abundantly clear to me that tackling inequalities, wherever and whatever they are, is good for everybody. Good for women, good for girls, good for men. Each of us in this place, each and every single one of us, has a part to play in this collective struggle. And we must recognise that the struggles we fight here in Scotland are connected to the struggles being fought by women and girls all over the world, as we've heard so eloquently already this afternoon. And so perhaps especially poignantly today, I want to end as I started with the words of a woman of colour, Roxane Gay, academic and writer, who challenges us all. Women of colour, queer women and transgender women need to be better included in the feminist project. Women from these groups have been shamefully abandoned by capital F feminism, time and again. This is a hard, painful truth. This is where a lot of people run into resisting feminism, trying to create distance between the movement and where they stand. But feminism's failings do not mean we should eschew feminism entirely. People do terrible things all the time, but we do not regularly disown our humanity. We disavow the terrible things. So we should disavow the failures of feminism without disavowing its many successes and how far we have come. Because we have come far, but the road is long ahead of us. Thank you.